Welcome back. Well, I was supposed to go to sleep, but I got work here in a few hours, and well, I got to getting to sleep a little bit late, and figured 3 hours of sleep isn't very much sleep, so I figured I'd come out and build some of the wing. You might hear the wind in the background. It's really windy out here tonight, and let's get to building, alright? This is the wing to model set 10212 Imperial Shuttle. Might as well get to it, right? Alright. This one, this wing is, if you can see, it's a lot of beams, a lot of small pieces. Got this set. And I built the body. I was like, well, I must be missing some bags, because just because of the sheer number of pieces that were left, and all I saw was small pieces, and then I didn't realize just what exactly makes up the wings. And this is why I say this model is it's really big and bulky, but its wings are pretty they're put together well. You wouldn't think so by looking at what it takes to put them together, but it's pretty interesting. So my audio in the first couple videos, I didn't realize was so quiet until playing them back, and I'm sorry for that. It's best if you have some kind of speaker system that you can actually turn up louder than what it is. So if you got a laptop or something and you don't have audio external speakers that you can turn up, so that's why I'm going to try to talk a little bit louder. I got my laptop facing me, and it's got a microphone on the camera, so sorry about that. But that happens, right? So let's get the building on the wing. This is the first step of the wing, top wing. Sorry, I gotta sneeze if you feel it coming. Ooh. Ooh, sorry about that. Also, I noticed in the last video I did, I played it back just to see if my audio was good. I realized that my pitch of my voice actually changes. I actually did not do that on purpose because of the fact my hard drive speeds up and slows down. For some reason, it speeds up and slows down the audio of my videos. So, yeah, I was just as surprised. So I didn't have any kind of audio effect or anything going on. That was just what my computer was doing. I have no way of changing that. But kind of pretty interesting. It was like I was talking in slow motion. It caught me by surprise, I'll tell you that. Right. And there's a lot of these beam parts here that make up this wing. So if you're young, if you're a young kid and you're not sure about parts like this and you have trouble putting things like this together, don't be afraid to ask your parents to help you out, because it's definitely difficult. And if you miss a step, or if you miss a piece, or you get in the wrong place, you'll know later on. I don't know that 100% fact, but I'm just going off with, towards the end, pieces like these axle pieces actually slide through all these holes to keep the wing all sturdy. And I can only imagine if you got one of these pins in the wrong place, that will not go through correctly. So, we'll get this going. Alright. I'm trying to make sure I don't mess up this time. Alright. Okay. Like I said, it's difficult and it can get a little bit weird. So definitely make sure you got everything where it's supposed to be. And as you can see, I'll show you shortly here. Like here, the pins. There's 4 pins in that area. or there's two pins in this area plus these plus the axle, and you kind of want to make the axle and pins even. You don't want too many things uneven from each other, so if you have to, you know, push down a little bit or get something straight, you can get something straight and line it up, make sure it's pretty lined up, you know. You can tell, you'll be able to tell just by looking at it. You can tell they're lined up. And it's a good thing to do. Keeps you from messing up down the road. Alright, let's see, where are we at? See, I already lost track where I'm at. Okay, that, now this, and as you can see, it's pretty flimsy. Pieces are flopping around. So, this wing does, you gotta make sure everything's tight when you do these. Just because the way it flops around, you don't want anything breaking on here or coming loose on you. Alright, 6 of those. And where do those go? Make sure we got them in the right spot. Alright. Yeah, so I couldn't sleep, so I decided to come out here and put a Lego together. Look at that. I can see one of mine. I've taken this apart so many times that my beam is actually bent. I can see it. I don't want to bend it too much. If you have to bend a beam because it's bent, I would suggest bend it where, not in the middle of a hole, but between the holes. That way, it's not going to bend too great for me, because it's hard plastic, of course, and you don't want to put a lot of pressure on it, because you don't want to wind up snapping. But it did get bent. My top wing and I think 2 pieces of my top wing actually snapped off, snapped in half. And this is what you get when that happens. I showed this on a previous video. There's not really much anything you can do about it. It just, a lot of stuff got set on top of the wing, and I'm glad only 2 of these broke. These I've got extra pieces for. It'll be different colors in the model, but we'll find a place to put those. I got extra pieces in the bag. Alright, we got that. Everything's together tight. Alright. Let me make sure I got everything here. Okay, yeah, see, I'm already missing a step. Alright. Make sure I got this right now. Alright. 2 of those. Am I missing some pieces? Bear with me here, folks. I think I'm missing pieces. But that's right, because I got the bucket sitting right over next to me. Yeah, and I am missing, yep, 2 pieces. Bear with me. That's a good thing to have them bucket pieces right there next to you, just in case you have to get your pieces out. And that was the hard thing about going through these sets like this, pulling all these pieces out prior to the video. Normally I'll put the pieces together while I'm looking at what each step. But just for video purposes, I had to do it like this. So missing out a part, that's going to be a common thing, I think, with these sets I do. I'll try not to do that in the future, but it does happen. Here I go, messing up. I'm not paying attention. See, there was a beam right there. And there's probably another one of these sitting somewhere around here, but who knows? We'll find out. I got a whole box over here anyway. Alright. Those are together. I try not to talk too much during this video. Trying to think of things to talk about. Getting there. trying to concentrate, if you notice. I really don't want to mess up. I want to make sure everything is supposed to be the way it is in the drawings. And trying to make everything even too, so, you know, I'm probably going to repeat myself a few times. I've repeated that I'm going to repeat myself. But it's always good to remind yourself of things sometimes. Some people might do it in their head. I do it out loud. And looking even. Alright. It's like that. Alright. 2 more of these. On the end here. Alright. I gotta watch my time, because I gotta make sure I don't leave the house late. Alright. I got plenty of time. That goes there. Snaps in there. A lot of pieces in this part. Hopefully I don't mess up. There's 6 of these, so make sure I get all 6. Uh-oh. See, I messed up already. Can you see it? Can you tell the mess up? I was wondering why there was a gap there. Now I notice it. Oh, you know, I can also tell one thing. That went on really loose. Yeah, and that's why. It's actually broken right there at the end. This is one of those pieces that broke on me. So I gotta be real careful with them. That's right, because it's in the middle of the wing, and it won't hurt it too much. It'll at least hold it together better when it's set like this. Alright. There we go. Oh, you know what? See that? Alright. I'm messing up already. I can see. Oh. Yeah. Messing up already. Oh, this came out of this one. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Alright. There's a lot of pins to hold these wings together, so I'm trying not to get anything out of order. Tell you what, I'll pull. Oh, like that. Alright. Yeah, see what I mean? Gotta pay attention what you're doing. Here I'm telling you gotta pay attention. I'm not even paying attention myself. I'm 44 years of age and I'm already messing up. So this set, I believe, is from either 7 and up or 9 and up. But then again, everybody's different. Everybody learns quicker than others. I got a mosquito coming at me, but I got mosquito spray. Alright. No mosquito's gonna be biting on me anytime soon. Pop those together. Look at all those pieces, y'all. A lot of pieces. Now, I can tell already that that's going together like that. It's got to. I just can't see any other way. Alright. And what do you know? I was correct in that. Alright. This is going like that. And you can see it's flimsy. Right? It's definitely flimsy. But this is how it all gets tied together. Alright, let me get this out of the way so we can have some room to work. So we get this side piece, and obviously that's going right in there. So when you're putting all these on these pins, be real careful you don't snap a pin. unless you've got 1,000 of these pins laying around. I have quite a few of them, but if I were to do that, I would be stealing from another set. Good thing for me, I don't build all my sets all at once. I have plenty of extras, but I don't want to break anything. They do cost money. Alright. There we go. And you can see it's still pretty flimsy. You can still break things, so be real careful with it. Eventually all the pins will slide through and it'll hold up all together. Yeah, and I can see where it got bent when the set got pushed on. It got bent in a certain way, but this time, since I'm putting it all back together, hopefully that bend won't be there, or I got problems down the road. It's gonna look like one of those arched whales with bent fin on top. All right. And if that happens, well, I'll have to get some extra money and buy another set. No, I'm just joking. Most likely I'd probably buy new pieces, and that can get really expensive too. Alright. Let's make sure I get this right. Yeah. Now this is where a lot of small parts start coming into play. And you gotta make sure you're getting it right. And these have got to be tight, because if they're not tight, they'll fall right out, and you'll just be, it's just aggravating when things happen like that. But it's right, it's just a toy, and we're having fun. I'm having fun. Alright. And a lot of things, this model does get a little bit weird, and it seems like it's not gonna go together right, or it's too flimsy. But when it's all put together, it's pretty solid. I couldn't imagine being the one that came up with this set, because it must have been kind of frustrating at some parts, because there's a lot of little parts. Alright, let's see. There we go, that's that, right? Does it look good on camera? Yeah. I'll tell you what, let me move this out of the way. Still be able to see it there. Let's pull the Millennium Falcon out. Well, good luck, and that's my go-to ship of all the Star Wars. Find the Millennium Falcon, I sure wouldn't be sitting here, that's for sure. Alright. Get some of these together. Alright. I can see that's cracked right there. Put it on the bottom, wow. That's amazing. But you know what? I'm going to put that towards it. If you see a crack in one of those, always turn it towards another Lego. That way the crack stays solid and it doesn't get broken apart. Alright. And you definitely don't want to use that piece as something where it's going to connect. So always face it inward towards your model, towards the inside where you know it's going to be solid, and that way it keeps it from breaking anymore. Alright. Grab some extra pieces of these because I lost count, so I have a feeling I'm going to be left over with one of these and one of these, unless I had it right. Then I don't have anything extra, but that's good. Extra pieces is always a good thing. Alright, got that so far. Alright, let's see. Another one of these, and it's good they overlap the bricks in the model, which helps sturdy it up. It's like a real, if you were to build a brick wall, do the same thing. So they make them brick walls stand up like that. Alright. go. Still can't believe I'm not sleeping before work, but it just keeps my mind going and keeps me awake. Takes me an hour to drive to Disney World from here. Yeah, but it's exciting. I have fun there, and all my friends are there, and so they'll keep me awake. That, and they don't let you sit down very much. You gotta work, 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 work. Now all I'm doing mostly is putting together some of the largest extension cords you've ever seen. They're not like what you would find in your house, but I'm sure are fun. Alright, so far so good. It's getting there. I would explain every piece I'm putting on, but hopefully you're following along. As you can see, these right here, every one of them in this set are going to have a hole in them. Every one of them. Well, almost every one of them, but the majority, yeah, they're all going to have holes in them. And you got to make sure they're all facing inward. Alright. And as you can tell, this set is mostly white, except for a couple parts. There I go saying it's a mostly white set, and all of a sudden, here come the gray pieces. That's what I get for thinking too much. Alright. I don't know how many people are actually going to watch these videos, but I'm having fun making them. I generally have some people watching my website, and they're anywhere between the ages of 5, 6 years old, up to my age. So I'm trying to make these videos friendly for everybody. So if I tend to talk about things you don't understand, hopefully your mom or dad's sitting there and listening then too. Just in case I say something that you don't understand what I'm talking about, they can probably explain it to you. Alright. I have 2 children of my own. One's 16, Stephen, and my daughter Elise is 13. I was going to have my daughter help me out with the set the other night, but I wasn't feeling too well. Alright. We're getting there. This wing is, you can tell it gets big. It definitely gets big. How can I, here's a regular cell phone. Okay. So if that tells you how big that wing is getting. That's a pretty good idea, huh? Alright. So where am I? I don't want to lose track of where I'm at the model. Oh. There we go. Alright, time for getting to the very peak of it. Now this is only the front half of the wing that I'm building. The next video will have the second half. I just didn't know if I would have time, and I didn't want to make the video too long. So, whoops. The next video will be on the rest of the wing. Don't know if I'll have time to get all the parts and do another video today, but I sure will try. This is the second video I did tonight. The first one was the command module. Alright, there we go. This goes up top. Which I'm still not sure why it doesn't let you do the whole thing all in one step, but I guess it's just to keep you from getting bored when you're building the model itself. I don't really know why they do things the way they do it, but it's okay. I'm not bored yet. This is the second largest model I have. I'm hoping one of these days to have the Millennium Falcon. That is my dream set. That is the big one, the real big one. I cannot remember. I keep meaning to find out the model number for everybody. It's 10179, I think is what it is. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But it's definitely my dream set. And right now on eBay, it is going for a lot of money, a lot more money than I have. Alright. But they have them out there. At least you can buy them still. They're not like completely gone, which is good. And I think if you couldn't buy them anymore completely, I think Leg would probably come back out with a like a limited time model. I would think they would do that at least. But it wouldn't cost like it did when it first came out. When it first came out, it was $500. And right before I bought that, they discontinued it, so I bought this model, which is the reason why I have this. It was either a toss-up between this or the ATST or OTST, STOT. It's a two-part model. If you look on my website, you will see it in the review for this one. Actually, it was I flipped a coin to figure out which one I was going to buy. It's either going to be this or that. And looking back, I wish I had bought that one because I got to look at it a little bit more in detail. Excuse me. And I had a lot more stuff on it. There's a lot more playability in it. And this one's alright. I mean, this one's good for, I think this one's better for a display model than it is to actually play with, just because of the sheer size of it. Alright. Let's see, let's go. Almost done with this wing part, and this will attach onto that part, and then slide some pins together, and that will complete this part of the wing. And I think if I'm able to get the parts out, I'm shooting another video today before I go to work. Alright. It's getting there. It's tall. Alright. And then you gotta make sure everything's flat, everything's square. Alright. Let's see here. Maybe I did grab the right pieces. Good deal. Alright. No, I actually grabbed some extra pieces. Now that I really look at it, that's alright though. There we go. Better have too much than not enough. Alright. That's that. And then these go down here like this. Give it a little decoration. Alright. Now for the fun part. Alright. Let's make sure we got this right. Now these pins go in with each other, so you gotta really take your time so you don't, if you get it wrong going into the gray parts, they will pop out. And if you don't have all these straight, they won't go straight in. There it goes. You won't break anything. There we go. Alright. Look at that. Fantastic. Alright. Now, here's the fun part. Here's where all the pins come into place. We got, oh, hey, there's those two pieces I was missing. And there's two extra pieces I had, and I did grab an extra piece of that just in case. But these, all these here go into this wing. There's 4 8s and 2 12s. And on the model, it will tell you which ones go where. You just got to make sure you're putting them in the right places. And you'll find that out on the next wing. Okay, that goes in. I believe it goes all the way in. Yeah, it goes all the way in. Alright. Some of them will stick out, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe some of them stick out. Like this one. If you're not sure, yeah, see it sticks out. Alright, make sure I got that in the right place. There we go. That's a 12. Here comes another 8 in here. And this ties these top wing parts together. Sounds like I'm going to get a visit from either a raccoon or Mr. Cat. I believe it's Mr. Cat. He likes to go around at night prowling. Alright. Let's get in there. There we go. And the last pin goes in there, just like that. And that's what makes the wing all sturdy. And it's kind of straight, which is good. Like I said, it got bent, so I wouldn't have been surprised if it was bent all the way, but it's not too bad. So, as you can see, get all these pieces together, make sure everything's in tight, and see all the pins that come out the back. Make sure these ones that go inside don't slide out. Alright, there we go. There's the front half of the wing. I believe that's the front half. That is the front half. No, this is actually the back half of the wing right here. Front half of the wing is what we're about to build. I can only tell because of the way the diagram is here. This is actually the back half of the wing. And that will go, let me grab this kid out of the way, Millennium Falcon. This is actually the part that gets set down into the model. I'm not going to do it 100% right now, just for illustrative purposes. It goes in there like that. So you can see how far it stands up off the model. This is, my arm is almost a little over 2 feet. And I'm got my elbow on the table and I'm just bending my fingers over. So this alone is 2 feet, almost 2 feet tall. I don't have a measuring tape with me, or I'd find out exactly, but you can see it's pretty tall. Alright, so that's that. I'll slide that over there, and slide this over there, and we'll get the other pieces for this, and we'll get going on this. Hopefully I got enough time to shoot the video before I have to get going for work. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I have to leave at 5 o'clock, so 3 hours. That gives me 2 hours to find pieces. Alright, thanks for watching this full live real time 10-212 Imperial Shuttle. See you on the next film.